time wisely yesterday?
As you all know, it's Valentine's Day. I love you all. But I love Fletcher the most.
Yeah!
Just a reminder that we're still taking Rice Plus donations in the donation boxes in the front office.
Any money is really greatly appreciated, so even if you just have like a couple dollars on hand, just put it in the box. It would be really great.
Thank you.
So, because school was canceled, we didn't have volleyball practice yesterday. First practice is today after school. And no, it won't be rained out because volleyball is an indoor sport. So rain doesn't affect us. So please show up. Thank you.
Seniors, if you haven't already responded to my email, please do. For your submissions, please do it by Monday, or I'll have to pick for you. So girls lacrosse still needs a few more people to make a team. It's really cool, and you don't need to know anything about lacrosse or sports.
So we hope to see a lot of you there on Monday on the upper field.
Happy Valentine's/Single Awareness Day. So this week we sort of completely forgot to do the Valentine's Day grants, but they are here today, and so we're going to be selling them today. They're rose lollipops, $1 each. But since it's Valentine's Day, there should be a discount, right? So if you buy 5, you get a 6th one for free. Come get them.
Two things. Track runners meet in Dr. Hannah's room, the physics room, for more information about what we're going to do for practice today. We'll probably go to NPC. And secondly, the York Chess Tournament is finally over after 22 games played. In third place, we have the senior James Beck, who in second place, with only 2 losses, Arnold Fleischmann. And in first place, with no losses, York's own Mr. Wilcox. This has been a dream of mine for a couple years now, and I really want to thank all 12 competitors who agreed to play a couple games of chess. It was really, really fun to watch with a bunch of nail-biting moments and insufferable commentary. But I hope to do this again. I hope to pass this torch down to later generations and start this as an annual thing. But thank you so much for participating.
All right, 2 things. 1, today's Lynette Garcia's birthday, so everyone wish her a happy birthday. And second thing, so after the chess tournament, Smash Club will be holding a Smash Bros tournament. Whoa. It's our first tournament. Don't you think we should maybe do something simpler, something that doesn't make people feel so alien? Okay. No! Wii Sports? Wii Sports! Tennis tournament. It will be doubles, and it will be held next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. For those of you asking, I think that's specifically B-Day, C-Day, and D-Day, so if you do want to participate, that you have someone in council, we can work around that. So yeah.
You guys want to know what the prize is?
Yeah.
2 Visa gift cards for both of the winners that are $20 each. So yeah, it's a pretty cool prize. Sign-ups will be on the student board outside on the office in the comments. The first 32 teams rating will be accepted, and if there's demand, we'll extend the number of teams, and you have until next Tuesday to sign up. Hope to see you guys there.
San Francisco. That arrangement mainly happened because both my parents were too busy to take care of me. So, until I was 4 years old, it was just my grandmother, my grandfather, and me. I was especially fond of my grandfather. He walked me to daycare every day and always picked me up. As we made our way home across the busy city streets, he talked about the importance of going to school and getting a good education. My primary motivator for doing well in school was to make my grandfather proud. Things started to change when I finally went to live with my parents. My grandfather never acted differently. He gave me food and candy whenever I visited, but I changed. I started to give him less of my attention, and as soon as I left, he disappeared from my mind. By the time I was 13, I only visited because my parents forced me to. When I was 14 years old, my grandmother died on Christmas Eve. Her death took a toll on the whole family, but it struck my grandfather the hardest. After that, whenever I went to visit, my grandfather was distant. He had stopped taking care of his house, so it was extremely messy. My extended family decided that he should come live with my sister, my parents, and me for a while. But since both my parents worked throughout most of the day, and my sister was only 10, the responsibility of taking care of him fell to me. And boy, was it hard. My grandfather is as stubborn as a rock, so getting him to do anything that he had already decided to do was almost impossible. He would go on long walks, and although I tried to get him to stop, he didn't. One time, he got so lost that my family searched for him for an hour and a half, only to find that, at the age of 90, he had somehow walked 3.5 miles to Carmel Mission. Taking care of my grandfather was like taking care of a toddler. When you add up all the things I had to do for him, plus school and sports, you end up with a very tired teenage boy. At the end of the 4th day, I thought to myself, man, I must have been a nightmare for my grandfather to handle. And maybe I was, but my grandfather took care of me anyway, without a single complaint. The only thing he asked for in return was that I did well in school. Taking care of my grandfather was an eye-opener for me. I realized how much effort he had spent on me, effort that only recently I had come to appreciate. What my grandfather did for me was out of an abundance of love. Love that I feel I haven't shown much of in return. But that's different now, because I have resolved to show my grandfather all of my appreciation and love for him. And he doesn't have to do anything in return, because since the beginning, he has done all that he could for me.
San Francisco art trip. Those of you who turned in your permission slip, we've got them. There may be an extra chaperone, but we're hoping we may get an additional chaperone. If you are interested in joining us, we have 5 or 6 extra spots. All of us who are going on the trip are going to meet in Mr. Martin's room at lunch, so see you there.
Aloha, welcome back. Just wanted to remind you that when we close school, we make that decision based on a number of different factors, including weather, road conditions, and power on campus. We hope that yesterday was a good day for you, and we're really happy to see you back on campus today. The other reminder that I wanted to share is that much like the seasons that are out of our control, what is in our control is how we respond to the weather and how we respond to the seasons. You might choose to drive a little more slowly on the road. You might choose to actually bring a rain jacket with you to campus. You might put on pants instead of shorts. These kinds of things, those are within your control. School, much like the seasons, has a rhythm to it, and that rhythm can play out for you in terms of how you feel and your energy levels. February in schools traditionally is a slightly funky month, and we know this by virtue of some really interesting studies on schools, that you can come into the beginning of school with a lot of enthusiasm and positivity, and then that can start to plateau a little bit in the winter, and oftentimes it drops significantly, that energy and that enthusiasm, that kind of good feeling during the month of February. So much of that has to do with how we choose to respond to some things that are out of our control. I was going to try to say something really positive, but I don't think I need to, because you're already doing it. Right now in this break, in this chapel, in this gathering, the feeling is so positive and so enthusiastic. It leads me to think that yesterday was a good day for you and you're happy to be here, and that's just wonderful to see. It's one of the things I love about the school. I hope it's something you love about the school. Happy Valentine's Day. It's great to see you back.
Happy Valentine's Day. I'm really grateful to be sharing this day with all of you. I'm sorry that we didn't get to do the Love a Donor activity yesterday in PAC, but we do have an opportunity to do it today during Health and Fitness. So here is the plan. If you have Health and Fitness, we're going to ask you to come to the chapel at that time. We're going to ask all of the Health and Fitness instructors to come to the chapel at that time. Any Sherpas who aren't busy with sports or other activities to be here as well. If you're a Sherpa and you have one of these bags that has the postcards in them, see, isn't that cute? This is what you get to do today. You can bring those with you. But if you can't be here at Health and Fitness Sherpas, you can bring those bags to the advancement office, and then we'll redistribute them. And we'll figure it out when we all get here how we're going to break into groups to do this activity. I'm really grateful for your participation in that activity. I think it's going to be fun. So for those of you who can be here in the chapel during Health and Fitness, I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks.
I want to take a moment to recognize the basketball boys. So the New York Varsity Basketball Boys has the best records in the past 7 years. They end up with A4, which is ranking second in the league. But the JV boys, it's... Congratulations, JV boys, winning the co-championship in the JV league. So congrats. It was great to end the season at the Santa Cruz Warriors Arena. Everyone had fun, and actually it went to double overtime. It was really exciting. So please support the New York Athletics, join some sports, and try to make a team.